Shalom, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who have taught us knowledge through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Honors and salutations to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning and being obedient to your husbands. And if you don't have a husband, just being obedient to the spirit, Shalom to you other laborers and believers scattered abroad throughout the face of the earth, whether you be among the heathen and even like the heathen who are speckled Israelites. To the household of faith, which is the elect, I want to say Shalom. Isaiah 4:1 is around the corner, or I should say Isaiah 4:1 is here. Excuse me. Isaiah 4:1 is here, and I have a video clip I'm going to play showing you an example of what's actually going on and what's to come in the greater, well, on the greater scale, I would say. And it's going to get real serious out here, okay? Because the scriptures say that, matter of fact, I don't want to misquote it. Let me go ahead and grab it real quick. The book of Isaiah 13, and let's go down here to verse 12. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And we know that man is talking about the men of the Lord. Okay? Because as the scriptures tell you that there's no men above him that fear the Lord. Okay, so by default, the Israelite men that are the servants of the Lord, we're the top. All right, we're the cream of the crop for men amongst our people. Okay, and we're gonna be the ones that's made more precious than fine gold. We want to be made to be the highest commodity, or I don't want to say it that way, but we're gonna be the most sought after thing as far as women concerned. Okay, and we're in those times. Okay, so let me play this video clip. I want to say fair use, fair use. Of course, my videos are not monetized. I don't make any conversation off these videos, only for literary commentary and educational purposes. So with that, fair use, fair use. Let's jump right into it. All right, fair use under the 1976 Fair Use Act, Section 107. All right.
Babe, pick up the... Babe, please. I'll cook for you. I'll clean for you. I'll do all your laundry, babe. Please. I want you to hear you again.
You hear? Let's slow this down. She said she'll cook, she'll clean, right? Let's see. Play that back.
Babe, pick up the... Babe, please. I'll cook for you. I'll clean for you. I'll do all your laundry, babe. Please. I want you to hear you again, babe. Please.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach...
Please. Record me. I don't care. Post it.
I'm not even recording you.
Post it. I don't care.
These women are fucking losing it, man. All right, they're losing it because why? They losing their husbands or boyfriends, same thing, and they're miserable, man. Okay, check this out. Fair use again.
I don't give a fuck. I want him back. And I want him right now. I'm about to get dressed. And I'm finna go to his motherfucking house. And I don't give a fuck who over there. Bitch, you gotta go. Big mama home. I just want my man back today. Some days you just wake up wanting shit. And today I want my man back. So you gotta get the fuck.
Brotherhood, welcome.
So, yeah, man, this is going to take place on the greater scale where you're going to see a lot more women, all right, desiring a man or husband, same thing, okay, because they're going to want to have that covering in the time of Jacob's trouble. Even that so-called white woman, that was a speckled bird woman. You could hear her voice. She sounded like a so-called black woman. She was begging, saying, babe, please. She'll cook, she'll clean. And that's exactly what the scriptures say about, how the women going to, act in that day, man. And that day is what? The time of Jacob's trouble, man. When it fully kicks on or kicks off. Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Right, in the numbers 7 means completion. So a man gonna have a lot of women. All right. It says, saying, we will eat our own bread, see, and wear our own apparel. Right, they're gonna want to be in order, And that video wasn't old, man. That video was for all you 6 hours ago. So that show you right there what's going on out here, man. Okay. Saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Right, take us in. Marry us, basically. That's what women gonna say to you. It says, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right. Their shame. Because women was, fed a lie by the serpent. And they believed that lie. The serpent beguiled them again. The serpent beguiled the woman. All right. Eve, which is the so-called black woman today. And she believed it. She believed in this equality, as far as thinking a woman's equal with a man. She believed in the wholeheartedly. She believed that if she go to college and get a degree, that she will be wanted in the dating market once she complete her degree and get her career going, that a man will want her. And it's backfired on them. And then they also, what they were told was, live your best life. Bear me 1 second. Live your best life. She grown. She can do what you want to do. To no avail. Now most of these women are fucking miserable. They miserable. They're losing their minds, man, because they feel that loneliness, man. And then you got the war kicking off, where a lot of guys are being shipped across seas, and the scriptures say what? That their husbands, and bridegrooms going to die in the war. And we've been telling you for a long time. We've been reading Isaiah 32 for a long time about, the ventures is going to fail. And that ventures is failing you right now. The vengeance is failing you. Now what are you going to do? Now you are used up. That's another thing. You are used up. And you think some man's supposed to desire you or want you or take you in? You women are delusional out there, man. Okay? Spirits of those other men are on you. And now you want somebody to take you in. Hell no. 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's exactly what happened to a lot of you women. Excuse me. You lived in all this pleasure and it destroyed you. That pleasure or pleasurable lifestyle you been living for a long while. All right. It's to fail you now. Okay. It says, Sirach 36. And I'll start at 24. Let's just dig into that, right? He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest, right? And you women have not been that for so long. So just like the women in the video was saying, how they want their man back, and the Speckle Bird says she's gonna cook and clean and all that stuff. See, they're going to want to comfort you in that day. They ain't comforting you jakes right now. They're not comforting you right now. They're living in pleasure still. It's slowing up because of inflation. Inflation is crazy right now, but nonetheless, these women haven't been the comfort to their husband. You Israelite women showed your ass on this side, truly indeed. Verse 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and that's what women are. They're possession. Now, what is possession? When you look up the word possession, which I'll look it up here. It's like you get possession on the etymology. Because a lot of women, you ain't been told this. But this is exactly what you are. Possession, the act or fact of holding, occupying, or owning. All right. So the thing possessed. Let me see. Thing possessed, that which is possessed, material or landed property. See, is there more on it? Yeah. So basically, that's the gist of it, man. You're the possession or property of someone. All right. That which is possessed, material or landed property. And women are just that, man. But, of course, Esau have lied to you. So it says this, right? Verse 25, where no hedge is. Now, what's a hedge? A hedge is, when you look up the word hedge, hedge, it says originally any fence, living or artificial, circumvallation, not that, says to catch, seize, work fence. What's a fence for? To guard, keep in, right? Figurative sense, boundary. See? Figurative sense of boundary, barrier. Women need boundaries and barriers to keep them from destroying themselves. But if you do that, they say what? You're insecure. So a lot of men right now are just like, to hell with them. Because they don't allow you to put their boundaries or barriers on them. Okay? And you know what? You can get rid of a woman like that. I would. But it's coming to a head where you women are just suffering out here. Because you have no husbands. See? The serpent have given you liberty to gather abroad and you destroyed yourself. Now you're all whores, man. And you want somebody to take you serious. Sirach 26 and 11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth, and as a thirsty traveler, when he had found a fountain, and drink of every water near her, by every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Somehow, how a woman that's pretty much promiscuous, and she like to just randomly have casual sex with all these different men. All right, the quiver is likened to the pouch or vagina. It's a metaphor for vagina. And the arrow is, of course, the penis, the rod. A lot of women do that. The hookup culture, that's real. See? But through that, it has destroyed you women. Took you away from nature. So now they're feeling it, man. They feeling that squeeze. Now they're crying out. But it's too late, man. Okay? A lot of you ain't going to make it. And that's just what it is. A lot of you women going to perish right here in this land. See? Because you don't have that covering, which is the man. And say you do ask a man to protect you and all that. Well, if he don't want you, what you going to do then? Isaiah 32 And start verse 2, and I'll jump around a bit. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in the dry land, as a shadow of a great rock in the weary land. It's going to how a man is going to basically comfort a woman. She's going to be comforted through a man, because, especially the man of the Lord, because the Spirit going to be with us, man. You know? And women, and hey, look, they see the power shift happening. You know, they can't deny that. But once they see that we're on a level, when the Lord raises up, they're going to get in line quick. Especially going to see we eating and drinking while neighbors are, you know, starving and shit. They ain't going to like that. You know? And you don't have a man to even cover you at all. You're gonna be out there, man. So you women that got a man, all you women that got a man on the Lord, you need to get this shit together. Okay? Now I'll leave it at that. But again, Isaiah 4:1 is here. Okay? So I ain't want to make it too long. But Lord willing, this short video epistle have been edifying to the flock. Hey, we here, Akim. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakak Wadash. Shalom. Till next time.